London, inside the gilded walls of Buckingham Palace, a storm is quietly brewing. 4 years, the British royal family has maintained its pristine image of unity and purpose, skillfully navigating the public's intense scrutiny. But behind closed doors, there is a growing crisis surrounding Queen Camilla, one that threatens not only her position as consort but the very stability of the monarchy itself. At the heart of this turmoil lies a startling revelation. Camilla, once a symbol of resilience and redemption for King Charles III, is reportedly struggling with the demands of her royal role in ways few could have predicted. From behind-the-scenes squabbles to concerns over her health and private behavior, the Queen Consort is facing challenges that could ultimately undermine the very foundation of her reign. While the royal family has long been a fortress of secrets, these latest developments have begun to trickle into the public eye, sparking rumors, speculations, and public outcry. And at the center of it all, it appears that Camilla's personal struggles may be beginning to fracture her relationships within the family, most notably with her stepson, Prince William, and his wife, Princess Catherine. The transformation of Camilla from the other woman in a decades-long royal love story to Queen Consort was marked by both public admiration and skepticism. When Charles ascended to the throne, many believed that the era of scandal and division was finally behind them. However, whispers from the palace corridors reveal that beneath the polished exterior, a different reality is unfolding, one filled with deep personal struggles, hidden addictions, and an increasingly divided royal family. It is widely reported that Camilla's alcohol consumption has risen sharply in recent months. Once seen as a drinker of choice but largely under control, her recent behavior is causing increasing concern among the royal staff and those closest to her. According to palace insiders, her drinking habits have begun to spiral, a development that has not gone unnoticed by her family. Camilla was never one to shy away from a glass of wine, but lately, it's been more than that, a source reveals. There's been a noticeable change in her demeanor. She's more agitated, more quick to anger. And it's clear that alcohol has become her coping mechanism. Royal insiders suggest that Camilla has grown increasingly isolated. Once a woman of unyielding strength and determination, she now appears to be faltering under the pressure of being constantly in the public eye. Even her closest aides have noticed the change in her behavior, describing her as more distant and hard to approach in recent months. Her once regular engagements have become sporadic, as though the Queen Consort is attempting to retreat from the limelight. This emotional withdrawal is not just a personal matter, it's one that's beginning to affect the royal family's public image. Camilla's internal struggles are no longer confined to private moments. As tensions rise within the royal household, whispers of potential consequences for the monarchy are growing louder. But it is not just Camilla's personal health that has raised alarm. Prince William, the future King of England, is reportedly growing more concerned with his stepmother's influence on his family. Sources close to the palace have confirmed that tensions have reached a boiling point, with William allegedly giving his father, King Charles, an ultimatum. It's a delicate matter, but it's one that can no longer be ignored, says a source close to Prince William. He's told Charles that if Camilla's behavior continues to affect the children, particularly Prince George and Princess Charlotte, he will take action. He made it clear that he cannot, in good conscience, allow his children to be exposed to this chaos. This bold move marks a dramatic shift in the royal family's dynamic. William, often seen as the steady, diplomatic figure within the family, is now reportedly pushing for a change in how the monarchy approaches its future. The pressure on Charles is immense. His loyalty to Camilla is unwavering, but his duty to his son and the legacy of the monarchy is equally paramount. For William, it's not just about family, it's about the future of the crown. As the next in line to the throne, he understands the gravity of every decision. The royal family must present an image of unity and dignity, and any hint of dysfunction could undermine the public's trust. The conversation between father and son is said to have been fraught with emotion. The king, while maintaining his loyalty to his wife, is reportedly torn between his love for Camilla and his understanding of the monarchy's needs. Prince William's demand that Camilla's influence over his children be curbed marks a decisive moment in the future of the royal family. While Prince William has made his feelings known to his father, Princess Catherine's approach has been more subtle, though no less effective. The Duchess of Cambridge, who has long been viewed as the epitome of royal grace, is said to have taken a step back from her interactions with Camilla in recent months. Though Catherine has always publicly supported her father-in-law, King Charles, her relationship with Camilla appears to be more strained than ever before. Sources suggest that Catherine, ever the tactful diplomat, has quietly distanced herself from the Queen Consort, and this, too, has not gone unnoticed by the public. "Catherine is incredibly diplomatic," said a royal insider. "She knows how to navigate royal duties without causing a stir. But it's clear that she's no longer as close to Camilla as she once was." In fact, the public has begun to take note of this subtle shift. Photographs of Catherine and Camilla together are fewer and farther between, and when they do appear, the body language is telling. While royal spokespeople continue to insist that all is well, the absence of public displays of affection or camaraderie between the two women speaks volumes. The royal family's careful control of public perception is one of its most powerful tools, and as Catherine distances herself, the monarchy faces the challenge of maintaining its image of harmony. The princess's actions are seen as a clear indication that there are deeper issues at play, and the public scrutiny is only intensifying. For those watching from the sidelines, the parallels between Camilla's rise and the tumultuous reign of Princess Diana are hard to ignore. Diana's time in the royal family was marked by isolation, emotional distress, and public criticism, and many are beginning to see a similar trajectory for Camilla. The press continues to draw comparisons between the two women, often painting Camilla as the villain in the royal drama. Though she was once seen as a victim of circumstances, Camilla now finds herself under fire from all sides, not only from the public but also from within her own family. "There's a certain cruelty in the way Camilla's story is being retold," says one royal expert. "She's fought so hard for her place in the family, and now, just when she thought the drama was behind her, it's back in full force. People can't help but remember the Diana years, and it's impossible for Camilla to escape that shadow." The public has a long memory, and while Camilla's supporters argue that she has been a loyal and dedicated consort, critics continue to view her as the woman who tore apart Charles and Diana's marriage. As the monarchy's future hangs in the balance, the ghosts of the past are coming back to haunt Camilla, and the press is relentless in its pursuit of any sign of weakness. Chapter 5: King Charles at a Crossroads. For King Charles, the situation is one of painful contradiction. His love for Camilla is well known, and the two have been inseparable for decades. But as monarch, Charles is faced with an unthinkable decision: support his wife or listen to the voices of his son and the public. The palace has remained tight-lipped about the situation, but sources close to the family suggest that Charles has been deeply affected by the rift between his wife and son. There are even reports that the king, torn between loyalty to Camilla and his responsibility to the monarchy, has been experiencing a growing sense of anxiety. "Charles never imagined he would be in this position," says one of his former advisors. "He thought that when he became king, everything would fall into place. But the reality is far different. There's no blueprint for how to manage a crisis like this." The king's dilemma is compounded by the growing scrutiny of the monarchy's finances, its role in modern Britain, and its relationship with the people. The royal family, once viewed as a symbol of national unity and stability, is now seen by some as an institution clinging to outdated traditions. As Charles's reign begins, he faces the daunting task of navigating the pressures of both personal loyalty and public perception.